Breathe deeply and listen to my voice. I told you this moment would come. I prepared your heart in silence. I guided you step by step to this moment, even when you thought nothing would change. Today, I place before you what you've waited for so long. Don't get distracted now. Don't look back. Because what I reveal in this moment is sacred and has the power to transform your destiny. Every word that comes from my mouth was written for your life. Don't let anything pull you away from this place. Because this is the moment of fullness. The moment when you will see with your own eyes the promise you once only experienced in prayer. I saw your nights of anguish. I know the days when silence seemed like the only answer. I saw when you thought I had forgotten you. When the weight of waiting tried to make you give up, but I did not fail you. While you cried, I moved invisible pieces. While your heart wondered if it was still worth believing, I was already preparing this moment. Now open your spirit and receive. Because this is the fulfillment of what I myself promised. Don't judge what's happening as luck or coincidence. What unfolds before you is the fruit of my faithfulness. You thought the promise had been left behind, that the years of struggle would go unrewarded. But now I tell you, nothing you experienced was in vain. Every tear watered the soil of the victory that now begins to bloom. Every prayer you offered in secret rose to my throne like a precious fragrance. This moment is not small, not ordinary. It is the turning point of your story. I know every detail of your journey. I know the doors that closed, the people who doubted you, the voices that told you you wouldn't make it. But look, you are in my presence. You are hearing my voice. And this is a sign that I have always been with you. Do not fear. Do not retreat. No one can steal what I now place in your hands. Receive this word as a divine seal. Engrave this moment in your heart. I am not a man who lies, nor a son of man who promises and does not fulfill. Your life is not in the hands of chance. It is in mine. I am the God who sustains, the God who guides, the God who opens doors no one can shut. I know you look ahead and ask, is this really for me? I say to you, yes, it is for you. It's not for anyone else. It's not for a distant tomorrow. It's for your now. What once seemed unreachable is now before your eyes. But listen carefully. Do not touch before hearing my full voice. Stay until the end of this word, because every phrase is part of the treasure I have prepared for you. As you receive this message, don't keep it to yourself. My promise in your life will also reach others through your testimony. What I accomplish in you will be reflected in your home, in your family, in those who walk with you. But first, you must accept this moment as an act of faith. Open your heart and respond now with confidence. Comment below, I receive this promise. This is your first step. Your declaration before heaven and earth that you believe in what I am revealing. Do not underestimate the power of your words. Because by declaring with faith, you draw closer to what has already been decreed in heaven. Breathe deeply again. I am here speaking to you, personally, directly, and intimately. Don't let anything distract you. This is the beginning of something great. And you have been chosen to be a living witness of my faithfulness. I know the scars you carry inside. I know the nights you laid your head on the pillow and couldn't sleep because your mind was full of worries. I saw your tears fall silently without you even realizing it. And I felt the unbearable weight in your heart. I was there, even when you thought there was no answer. I heard your cry, even if it was just a whisper. I know the diagnoses that frightened you, the news that shattered your confidence. I know the days when you opened your front door, not knowing how you would provide for your family, when provision seemed distant and your heart was filled with uncertainty. I saw the effort you made to be strong for others, even when inside you felt like giving up. You are not alone in this. I was with you in every detail, supporting you when your strength was no longer enough. I also saw the doors that closed before you. People you trusted turned their backs on you. Words that should have encouraged you were used to try to tear you down. I know the doubtful looks, the secret conversations of those who bet on your failure. They don't know the full story. They don't know the price you paid. But I saw you choose to keep the faith, even when you saw no way out. When you decided to keep believing despite the circumstances. Don't think the years of waiting were in vain. Every tear you shed was a seed planted in the soil of your victory. Every hidden prayer was recorded in my book. Nothing was lost. Nothing was forgotten. Even the silences that felt eternal were part of the preparation for this moment. While you thought nothing was happening, I was working in invisible places, opening paths you couldn't yet see. Your heart grew weary. And some days you asked, Lord, is it worth going on? I answer you now. It was worth it, because you are about to reap the fruit of perseverance. I am the God who turns dark nights into sunlit mornings. I am the God who takes broken pieces and rebuilds them into something even stronger. I know you've often compared your life to others. You've seen people reach their dreams, doors open for them, while yours remained shut. It made you question whether I truly saw you. But I want you to hold on to this truth. What I've prepared for you is unique. It won't be less. It won't be late. It will be exactly what I planned for your story. The waiting time was your school, the ground where I forged your faith. Don't let the pain go unnoticed, because even it became steps that brought you here. Everything you've experienced will be used to manifest my glory. The rejection you faced will become honor. The tears will become a harvest. The silence will become a clear answer. I know you. I know your family. I know the secrets no one else knew. And today I tell you, it was not in vain. This is the moment your story begins to change. What once seemed distant is now closer than you imagined. The doubtful words of others are powerless against my promise. I myself am responsible for changing scenarios, reversing diagnoses, and restoring what you thought was lost. Don't keep this word to yourself. If you love someone who is also going through pain and uncertainty, share this hope with them. Share this message now with those who need to hear that I still speak, that I still fulfill, that I still restore. Your decision to sow hope could be the beginning of transformation in someone else's life. I tell you, nothing is lost. Not your prayers, not your tears, not your efforts. I am the God who sees every detail. And everything you saw as delay, I transform into preparation. The waiting time was not punishment. It was care. Today you are stronger, more mature, more ready to carry what I am about to place in your hands. Breathe and receive the peace that only I can give. Even if you don't understand everything now, trust. I am your Father, and nothing in your life goes unnoticed by me. I am the God who fulfills. Nothing I promised you has ever been lost. Even though many doubted, even though logic said it was impossible, I had already decreed your miracle. Now before you stands the door you dreamed of seeing open. It's not coincidence or chance. It's the fulfillment of a promise. You ask, is this really for me? I say yes. It is for you. This door bears your name, bears my seal, and no one can close it. The enemy tried to delay the process, sowed confusion, used people to discredit what I said, but no opposing plan prevailed. If you are here today, hearing my voice, it's because my hand held you. Don't think you've reached this point on your own. It was my grace that kept you standing. My protection that saved you from invisible dangers. My care that guarded you in every detail. Remember how many times defeat seemed certain, but something supernatural happened and gave you another chance. I was there guiding every step. Now lift your head and behold. This is not just a fleeting blessing. It is the embodiment of what I've been preparing for a long time. The time of weeping, uncertainty, and waiting is giving way to the time of harvest. What you sowed with effort, what you sustained in silent prayer, is now springing forth victoriously before your eyes. I invite you to declare with faith, open your mouth, affirm in your heart, the promise has come to me. Don't let doubt steal what I am giving you. By declaring, you strengthen your faith and draw closer to the fulfillment of what is already established in heaven. Today is the day to confirm within yourself that nothing will separate you from what I have prepared. The door I place before you is not just for your well-being. It is so that many may see my glory through your life. When the promise is revealed, your testimony will be a sign to those who doubted, to those who expected your fall, to those who didn't believe I was still holding you. They will see that it was I who lifted you, and only my hand could do it. Do not fear sharing your victory, but do so at the right time under my guidance. I have not given you something small. I have given you something eternal. What begins now will not end soon. It will be a solid foundation for your life and for those who come after you. This is the fulfillment of an unshakable word. Your response now must be one of faith. Don't stay silent. Don't remain passive. Declare. Write. Confess that what I have spoken is now before you. Every word you speak is a seed. And the more you water it with faith, the faster it will bloom. This is your moment to align your voice with my promise. As I say this, I feel your mind recalling the struggles, the losses, the disappointments. But look closely. They couldn't destroy you. They only cleared the path. The enemy thought he had won when he tried to suffocate your hope, but he only set the stage for my glory to shine even brighter. So I say to you, do not fear. Do not turn back. The promise is yours. It is sealed. It is released. It is ready to be lived. Enter through the door with confidence, because I myself go before you, preparing every detail, adjusting every circumstance. And in this moment, I ask you to take a step of faith, not just spiritual, but also visible. Show that you receive this word with faith. Like this video now and subscribe to continue receiving my messages. Your gesture is a sign that you are aligning your life with what I am releasing from heaven. Just as you seal the promise in the Spirit, your action confirms in the natural that you trust. Breathe deeply and hold this in your heart. Nothing can stop what I have prepared. This is only the beginning of a path of victory. Because every step from now on will be a testimony of my power. Beloved child, listen carefully to what I say now. What I place in your hands is not just any gift. It is not something fleeting that comes and goes like the wind. It is a living promise, the fulfillment of my word, a treasure with an eternal purpose. But for it to bloom as I have prepared, you must care for it with wisdom. Not everything you receive should be displayed. Not everything I place in your hands should be exposed to indiscreet eyes. I saw how you were criticized, how you were insulted. I know there are hearts around you that don't know how to rejoice in someone else's victory. And if you rush to reveal what I've placed before you, you may encounter glances that try to extinguish your faith. Therefore, keep in secret what I give you. Learn to discern the times. There is a time to speak and a time to be silent, a time to proclaim and a time to hide. What I deposit in you is sacred seed. And seeds are not sown in just any soil. When I give you something, it's not just for your comfort. It's for my glory. I do not share my honor with anyone. What I do in your life will serve as a testimony, but the time to reveal it belongs to me. Learn to walk with me in trust, without needing to explain or justify to others what I have already confirmed in your spirit. Don't let anxiety push you to show results too soon. Many rush to accept what they're given, and by exposing it too early, they end up losing what was entrusted to them. But with you, it will not be so. I want you to learn to value the process as much as the result. I didn't just give you the promise. I also gave you the maturity to sustain what you receive. Look back and remember the times you wanted to rush through the process. But I closed doors to protect you. It wasn't rejection. It was love. I knew you weren't yet ready to carry the weight of what you asked for. Now that the moment has come, trust the way I guide you, even if you don't understand. My timing is perfect and never fails. There will be people who won't understand what I'm doing with you. Some will question, others will judge, and some may even mock. Don't waste energy trying to convince them. The testimony will speak for itself when the time comes. Your response won't be in human explanations, but in the fruit that will blossom from my promise. Remember that even Joseph kept silent about the dreams he received, and only after many years did his family witness their fulfillment. I will do the same with you. What I release in your life must be treated with reverence. It's not small, trivial, or ordinary. It's something that can impact generations. So guard it in your heart. Pray with me before every step. Ask me for guidance before you speak. Seek wisdom in me to manage every detail. Don't use what I give you to boast. Don't display what I place in your hands as a personal trophy. Everything comes from me. Everything returns to me. All the glory is mine. I warn you because I love you. I want you to enjoy what I've prepared, but I also want you to learn to protect what is sacred. Just as one protects a valuable treasure from eyes that don't appreciate it, so must you protect what I'm revealing to you. The enemy cannot stop what I give you, but he can try to steal your peace if you expose it without wisdom. So let me determine the right time to reveal it. Breathe deeply and accept this instruction. What you receive is not just a blessing, it's a responsibility. It's a mission. It's part of my plan for your life and for those who will come after you. Every detail was designed by me, and I myself will ensure that nothing is lost. Keep it in your heart and walk in silence until I say, now is the time to show it. When that day comes, there will be no doubt, and everyone will know that I was the one who created it. Now, rest in me. Don't burden yourself trying to calculate how it will unfold, nor rush to show it off. Simply live in obedience. The secret of what I give you lies in trusting not only in the present, but also in the timing and the way I choose to manifest it. I am the God who fulfills, but I am also the God who teaches us to protect. Learn from me, and you will see that what I deposit in you will not be lost. Child, listen carefully to what I say now. The enemy knows you are close to experiencing what you've dreamed of. He senses when a time of victory is about to be released, and so he launches his most intense attacks against you. It's no coincidence. The anxiety that has tried to settle in your heart, the fear that has tried to steal your peace, the confusion that has invaded your mind. None of this comes from me. These are distractions planted to make you retreat just when you're closest to fullness. I say to you, stand firm. What's yours already carries my seal. No one can cancel what I've decreed in your favor. It doesn't depend on your human effort. It depends on my word, which never returns void. When I speak, heaven and earth are moved. When I determine, no opposing force can resist. So don't let doubt or fear extinguish the fire of faith within you. Look back and see how many times the enemy tried to bring you down. There were days when you felt fragile, when your mind was invaded by thoughts of giving up. There were nights when you believed nothing would change, that your prayers weren't being heard. But even so, here you are, listening to my voice. This proves that every ambush against you failed, because I, myself, held you. The adversary tried to bind your feet with invisible chains, but I broke those chains. He tried to lead you astray, but I straightened your path. He whispered doubts in your ear, but I protected your mind so you wouldn't lose hope. Now I tell you, do not fear, because the battle you've faced until now is a sign that something great is about to happen. The enemy doesn't waste time where there is no promise. He only rises with such fury because he knows you are on the verge of an abundant harvest. Don't be deceived by his noise. They are only shadows, distractions. He has no power to touch what is mine, and you are mine. What I have placed before you is already under my protection. Though strong winds may blow, the promise will not break. Though opposing voices rise, they will have no authority over you. I want you to engrave this in your heart. Victory does not depend on your ability, but on my faithfulness. You are called only to remain, to trust, to hold your faith. I do the rest. I am the one who moves circumstances, who tears down barriers, who opens doors. Don't let anxiety steal what is already free. Learn to rest in me, for I control every detail. When doubt tries to creep in, declare with conviction that I am faithful. When fear approaches, remember that I am the one who has kept you until now. When anxiety tries to rush your steps, breathe and wait, because my timing is perfect. You will not arrive late, nor will you receive too early. What is yours will come at the precise moment I have prepared. And to seal this firmness within you, I want you to take an act of faith now. Comment 7777 as a sign that you remain firm in me and believe I am fulfilling the promise in your life. This gesture is your declaration before heaven, and also your response against the enemy who tried to weaken you. I repeat, do not fear. What I have placed in your hands is indestructible because it is based on my word. Do not see the attacks as a sign of defeat, but as proof that your victory is near. The greater the pressure, the greater the glory revealed. Stand firm, for I myself will lift you up, and what I begin will never be left unfinished. Rest in me and move forward. The enemy will not have the last word. The last word is mine, and it is a word of life, promise, and victory for you. Beloved child, I know every loss that wounded your heart. I know the days when you look back and only saw missed opportunities. People who left, moments that never returned. I saw your tears before closed doors. I saw the pain of not being recognized when you gave your all. I saw the frustration of investing time, effort, and love and seemingly receiving nothing in return. Today I tell you, nothing was lost. Every tear, every sacrifice, every seed you planted in the ground, I kept before me. I am the God who restores. I don't just return what was taken. I return it multiplied. It is written that I will restore the years consumed by the plague, and that word is still alive in your life. What you thought was lost will be returned double. Opportunities that seemed gone forever will return in an even greater and more favorable form. Don't think you've been forgotten or left behind. The time that seemed wasted was actually preparing you for a greater harvest than you imagined. Your eyes will see what once seemed impossible. Restored relationships, reorganized finances, renewed health, overflowing joy. You thought you'd never smile like before? But I am about to place a new song on your lips. The tears that watered the soil of your faith will become visible fruits of victory. What once caused you pain will now be a reason for celebration. And it doesn't end with you. What I am releasing in your life will extend to your home, to your children, and to your children's children. I am the God who blesses generations. What I do with you today will become a spiritual inheritance for those who come after you. Your perseverance will be remembered. Your faith will be quoted. Your trust will be an inspiration. They will look at you and not only see someone who overcame, but someone who believed, even when everything said otherwise. Do not underestimate the impact of what I am doing. When you remain in faith, you prepare the way for your descendants to walk in victory. Your prayer today protects your children tomorrow. The seeds you sow with tears today will be harvested with joy by future generations. They will see that you did not believe in vain, but trusted in a God who fulfills his promises. Remember what I have written in my word. I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. These plans are not only for your present, but for the future of your family. The inheritance I am establishing is not just material. It is spiritual, eternal, and unshakable. I know the enemy has tried to steal your hope, convincing you there is no future for your loved ones. But I tell you, the future is secure in my hands. I am breaking cycles of scarcity, sickness, and destruction, and establishing cycles of blessing, health, provision, and joy. What began with you will expand like a stream of life to all who carry your name. Now I ask for a gesture of faith and spiritual generosity. This word is not only for you, but for many who are also crying out for restoration. Share this message with someone you need to reach. Just as I am working in your life, I also want to restore the lives of others through you. Your attitude may be the answer someone has been waiting to hear. Breathe deeply and accept this truth. What was lost is not lost forever. I am the God who turns losses into testimonies, pain into victory, and waiting into harvest. I am establishing a legacy in your life that will be remembered from generation to generation. Walk with confidence, because the inheritance I give you never runs dry. What I do now is only the beginning of a story of restoration and abundance that will multiply in your descendants. This is your portion. This is your legacy. This is my seal upon you and those who come after you. I am your God, and I tell you today, what I begin in you does not end with you. The blessing I release now saturates the walls of your home, reaches every room, rests on every name you carry in your heart. As you care for what is mine, I care for what is yours. As you lift up my words as a foundation, I establish peace as the foundation for your family. Nothing I have promised you will remain confined to your secret place. It will overflow like a river that finds every thirsty root and brings life where there was once weariness. I see your children, even when they are far away, even when they seem not to hear. I know the footsteps in your home, the whispered worries, the silences that weigh down the hallway, the anxiety that tries to steal your sleep. I declare that I enter where your hands cannot reach. I speak where your voice is not heard. I calm what your reason cannot comprehend. What I pour over you now is reconciliation, understanding, mutual honor. I am aligning hearts, undoing old knots, disarming painful memories, and rewriting the story of your family with the ink of mercy. I am the God who heals. I touch the weary body, restore the broken spirit, renew mental clarity, and lift the invisible burdens piled on your shoulders. Where diagnoses brought fear, I pour balm and guidance. Where habits sicken the soul, I pour discipline, consistency, and delight in what gives life. The health I have poured over you is a table set, and those who sit with you will eat from the same bread. Your home will be nourished by peace, and peace will be your daily medicine. I am also the God who provides. I see the bills, the deadlines, the numbers that don't add up, the responsibility of keeping afloat what you love. I open doors of wisdom to manage fruitful ideas, connections that arrive at the right time. The provision I give is not just a resource. It is vision to multiply, sobriety to save, and generosity to share. What I entrust to you does not end in a safe. It blesses hands, blesses calendars, blesses decisions, and blesses the table where your family gathers. There are old stories that have tried to repeat as cycles. Harsh words, comparisons, separations. I put an end to these repetitions now. Where a pattern of devaluation has taken root, I plant dignity. Where pride has built walls, I build bridges. Where fear has silenced affection, I teach the language of tenderness. Your home will be a school of reconciliation, and reconciliation will be the daily language that teaches your loved ones the beauty of forgiveness. Listen, your faith is not solitary. It is a beacon. Your steps of obedience illuminate the path for those who follow you. Your steadfastness in me is paving a path so your children may walk with fewer stumbles. The inheritance I'm establishing is not merely visible, it's a spiritual culture. They will learn to seek my heart before every decision. They will learn to trust in my care. They will learn that honor opens doors human effort could not. I watch over your home. I place sentinels at the gates. I break hidden agreements with discouragement. I sever ties with haste and comparison. I sanctify family time. I restore sincere conversations. I restore spontaneous laughter. I teach you again to celebrate the simple things. Where screens once filled the table, I bring presence. Where noise once filled the rooms, I bring songs. Where criticism once took center stage, I bring gratitude. The atmosphere of your home changes because I dwell with you. My counsel? Do not force the process. Anoint it with patience. Do not demand communion. Cultivate it with small gestures. Do not accuse. Embrace. The truth I gave you is not a hammer to strike, but a key to unlock. Use my words as refuge, not barricade. Learn to listen with your heart. Speak with gentleness. Correct with hope. The same love that sustains you is the love I send you to serve your own. I honor your silent intercessors, those who endure difficult days without a platform, sustained by prayer. I visit those who go to bed heavy-hearted and will rise with lightness. I touch those who blame themselves for not loving better and teach them a new way to show affection. I draw near to those who hid out of fear of disappointment and bring them close without accusation, with a healing embrace. And because I am doing all this now, I ask you to make your covenant with me visible, and with what I'm generating in your family. Confirm your decision to walk with me and keep your home under my word. Like this video now and subscribe to continue receiving my guidance for your household. Every act of faith you practice becomes a memorial, and every memorial becomes a living reminder that I was the one who began, and I will be the one to finish the good work among you. Receive peace that doesn't depend on your surroundings, courage that doesn't depend on the news, and consistency that doesn't depend on your mood. I bless your comings and goings, your restful Sundays and your fresh start Mondays, your set table and your written plans, your tired arms and your old dreams. Walk knowing what I inaugurate in you becomes a refuge for your loved ones, and what I pour out over them confirms that my hand remains extended. I, the Lord, establish my name over your house, and where my name dwells, blessing remains. Beloved child, I am the God who heals. I know every pain you carried in silence, every diagnosis that weighed on you, every feeling of helplessness before something that seemed bigger than your strength. You tried to smile so your loved ones wouldn't worry. Even when your body cried out for rest, I saw your mind fill with worries and your heart suffocate with anxiety. Today I declare over you, I am restoring your health in every dimension. I touch your body and relieve the weight of illness. Where there was pain, I bring relief. Where there was limitation, I bring new strength. Where doctors said there was no solution, I breathe new life. I do not ignore human diagnoses, but I am greater than any written report. My word rises above every prayer and redefines the course of your health. I infuse vitality, renewing your energy, strengthening your heart, aligning every part of your body with the purpose I have for you. But I don't just heal your body, I also restore your mind. I know how repetitive thoughts consumed you, how doubts and fears stole your peace. Now I remove these invisible burdens. I am clearing the hallways of your mind, silencing voices that didn't come from me, undoing memories that still sting like thorns. I bring clarity where there was confusion, hope where there was pessimism, serenity where there was despair. My peace protects your mind and gives you rest even in the midst of battles. I am also the God who heals your spirit. You are not what the enemy tried to say. You are not defined by past mistakes or failures others have attributed to you. I tell you who you are. Beloved, chosen, set apart to live in victory. The weight of guilt will no longer imprison you, for I have cast into the depths of the sea what you confessed. I renew in you the freedom to walk without fear, to lift your head without shame, to believe without reservation. I am also the God who provides. I know your needs. I see the bills that seemed impossible to pay. I know the days when you wondered how you would sustain your home. I tell you, there will be no lack of bread on your table. There will be no lack of necessary resources. There will be no lack of provision for each day. I am opening doors of opportunity you haven't seen, sending people who will be instruments of response, inspiring ideas that will multiply what you already have. The provision I release is not just immediate resources. It is wisdom to manage, discipline to protect, and generosity to share. Remember, I sustained my people in the desert for 40 years without letting them lack bread or wear out their clothes. I am the same today. I have sustained your home. I sustain your children. I sustain your steps. Do not worry too much about tomorrow, for I am already there preparing every detail. Learn to rest and trust that my hand will not falter. And I say more. I am justice. I saw when you were falsely accused, when harsh words were spoken against you. I saw when you were looked at with contempt, when they expected your fall, when they mocked your faith. I was there watching it all, and nothing escaped me. Today I declare, No opposing word will prosper in your life. No unjust sentence will prevail. I myself am your defender, and what they tried to use to defeat you will become a testimony of my glory. Do not waste time trying to justify yourself before men. Your defense is not in human arguments, but in the work I myself am doing in you. Your testimony will speak louder than any explanation. Those who doubted will see with their own eyes the fulfillment of the promise. Those who expected your fall will witness your victory. Receive this truth. No one can steal what I place in your hands. Not sickness, not lack, not accusation, not envy. What I release remains secure because it is upheld by my word. When I bless, no one can curse. When I open, no one can shut. When I decree, no one can revoke. Therefore, walk with confidence. Your health is in my hands. Your provision is in my hands. Your justice is in my hands. You are not alone. You never have been. I am with you in every detail, restoring, providing, defending, honoring. The work I begin is complete, and what I give is forever. Beloved child, what I am doing in your life will not remain hidden. The miracle I am releasing now does not only respond to your personal cry, it is also a visible sign of my glory. What I place in your hands has a purpose greater than your own well-being. I want you to understand. The blessing you receive does not end with you. It becomes a living testimony so that many may see and believe. I saw you remain silent before accusations. I saw you endure looks of contempt, waiting on me without immediate answers. I saw your faith questioned, even by those you love most. Now every tear you shed will become proof of my faithfulness. What once seemed shameful will become the stage of my honor. The harvest you receive will be so evident that no one will be able to deny that it was I who acted. Do not think this testimony is small. It will transcend unimaginable borders. People who have never heard your name will be strengthened by knowing of your victory. Entire families will be inspired by how I turned your pain into a song of joy. What I do in you also encourages others, rekindles nearly extinguished hopes, and clears the path where many had already given up. Your story will be a sign that I still answer prayers, that I still change diagnoses, that I still restore families and bring provision in the desert. Every detail of your journey will serve as an example. You will show that you are not sustained by your own strength, but by my hand. And when they ask you how it happened, your answer will be simple and true. It was God. Do not keep to yourself what I am doing. Do not hide the light I am shining on you. The testimony I give you is meant to be shared, so that others may find hope through your life. Just as hearing my voice strengthened you, you will be an instrument for others to be strengthened through what you are experiencing. Do not fear the reaction of those who cannot rejoice with you. There will be critics, skeptics, and those who try to diminish what I am doing. But remember, the work I am doing in you does not depend on human approval. It is a work sealed by my Spirit, a work of eternal weight. Whoever tries to dim your light will only see it shine brighter. I am transforming your home into a living letter, your life into an open message. What I do with you will be seen and read by many. Even those who once wished for your downfall will have to acknowledge, my hand has been with you all along. Your testimony will be a bridge for those who feel isolated, an anchor for those adrift, a beacon for those in darkness. And now I ask you to respond with an act of faith. Like this video as a public sign that you receive this word and choose to be a living witness of my glory. This gesture is your visible response that you accept not only the blessing, but also the mission to reflect to the world what I am doing in you. Breathe deeply and accept this truth. Your miracle is also a calling. What you receive today not only eases your pain, it marks your generation and reaches other hearts. I raise you as a beacon, a reference, a reminder that hope never dies for those who trust in me. Keep your confidence, because the victory I entrust to you will become a voice of hope for many. You will not only experience my goodness, you will also bear witness to it. And every time you share what you've experienced, you will be sowing faith into hearts that need me. This is everything I am preparing. The miracle does not end with you. It begins with you and expands to many. Beloved child, look closely before you. The door I now place before your eyes is not just any door. It is not a common entrance, not just another opportunity along your path. It is a strategic door prepared by me from eternity, designed with details only I could design. Everything you've experienced until now, every tear, every waiting season, every prayer, every silence, every sacrifice, has led you to this threshold. I am the God who opens doors where there are none, who creates paths in the desert, who makes rivers flow in dry lands. The door I show you today was not born of human effort. It does not depend on earthly connections. It was not the result of luck. It is the fulfillment of what I decreed for your life, even before you were born. And no one, absolutely no one, can close it. Do not think it is a coincidence that you've arrived here. The enemy tried to delay your steps, sow doubt and confusion, make you give up before your time. But here you are, standing and hearing my voice. And this proves that every trap has been dismantled. The door did not open by chance. It opened because the appointed time has come. The moment I prepared. Now I ask you to pay attention. Enter with discernment. What I place before you requires maturity. Do not carry the weight of haste or the burden of anxiety. Do not enter this door impulsively, but as someone who recognizes they are standing before something sacred. This door is not just for your personal victory. It is for the manifestation of my glory through you. I know you've faced many closed doors. I know how much it hurt to hear no when you were hoping for yes. I know how much you thought you'd been forgotten when everything seemed delayed. But now you will see that nothing was lost. It was simply preserved for this precise moment. What didn't open before was because it wasn't yet time. Because I was reserving something greater for you. Now the time has come. And the door is open before you. I want you to understand. Walking through this door doesn't just mean reaching a goal. It means beginning a new chapter in your life. Embracing the purpose I have designed for you. Yes, there will be new challenges, but there will also be enough grace for every step. There will be greater responsibilities, but also a double anointing to carry them. Do not fear the magnitude of what you are receiving, for I myself will go with you. Many will not understand what I'm doing with you. Some will question, others will doubt, and some will even criticize. But don't worry, the door wasn't opened by them. It was opened by me. You don't need human approval to enter. You only need my word, and my word has already been spoken. This is what I want from you. Cross this door with gratitude. Don't look back with resentment. Don't carry the burdens of yesterday. Don't let old wounds follow your steps. Leave the past where it belongs. Because what opens before you is completely new. I am the God who makes all things new. And this door is the sign of the new beginning I have dreamed for you. Now, my child, do not keep this word to yourself. This access I release in your life is also a sign for those still waiting for their moment. The testimony of what I'm doing in you will ignite hope in weary hearts, awaken faith in entire families, and open eyes that were blinded by doubt. Share this word with someone who also needs to find the door I'm opening, because the promise I fulfill in you will be an inspiration to many. I tell you, you are not just entering a new stage. You are stepping into the fulfillment of a heavenly decree. This is the portal of your restoration, your inheritance, your legacy. Cross with confidence, for every step is already secured by my hand. Do not fear what's coming. Do not doubt what I've already released. The door is open, and it is yours. Beloved child, I want you to understand something essential. What I place in your hands is not just a gift to comfort your heart. It is more than the answer to a request, more than the fulfillment of a long-awaited desire. Every promise I fulfill carries a purpose. What I give you today is not just for your joy, but so that through you, many may know my glory. I do not grant fleeting blessings. I do not give momentary favors. What I give is a seed with a destiny, an inheritance with a mission, a resource with responsibility. You were not chosen to accumulate. You were chosen to overflow. The victory you receive is not just for your household. It is also to rebuild homes still in ruins. The healing I pour over you is so you may move others with compassion and hope. The provision I send is so you may share and be a sign of my generosity. You cried out for transformation, and I heard you. But now I tell you, what I do in you must become a testimony, a message, a sign for those walking in darkness. Do not keep to yourself what I do. Do not lock away the miracle. Use every victory as a voice that proclaims, God did it. I know your heart longed to see your life restored, your family protected, your home in peace. And I gave you this. But I want you to understand, when I bless, it is so you may be a channel. You are a river, not a reservoir. The water flowing within you must run to reach dry lands. It must water fields still waiting. The more you let it flow, the more I will multiply it. The more you share, the more I will add. The source is not in you, it is in me, and my source never runs dry. I am the God of abundance, the God who multiplies the little, the God who turns seeds into unexpected harvests. That's why I say, do not fear sharing what I give you. Do not fear opening your hands. What is born from you in obedience returns to you multiplied in grace. The enemy will always try to convince you to keep it to yourself, to protect yourself out of fear of loss. But I tell you, the real danger is not in sharing, but in withholding. Those who keep it to themselves see their seed rot. Those who trust and share see their seed multiply. Heaven's math is not like human math. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you share, the more it multiplies. You are called not only to enjoy the promise, but to multiply what you receive. You are like a radiant beacon, like a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. I want you to shine, to be a reference point, for your life to demonstrate that trusting in me is worth it. Do not hide your light, because it is not only yours, it is a reflection of my love for you. So, my child, receive it with gratitude, but also with commitment. What I place in your hands is for your life and for many lives beyond your own. Your testimony will open doors and closed hearts. Your example will be the answer to the prayers of people you don't even know. What I do with you will be remembered as living proof that I fulfill my promises. Now I invite you to seal this covenant of multiplication with a decision of faith. Subscribe now to continue receiving my words, because I still have much to pour out over you. And I don't want anything to escape your heart. Just as you remain in me, remain attentive to what I will continue to reveal. My child, receive this gift not as an ending, but as a beginning. The promise I fulfill today is the start of a greater cycle, opening paths that will impact generations. Use what I give you to build, comfort, uplift, and inspire. The more faithful you are to your purpose, the more I will add. And your life will become a testimony not just of victory, but of a legacy of transformation. Beloved child, pay attention to what I say. Do not let fear govern your steps. Do not allow anxiety to consume you, nor let haste dictate the rhythm of your walk. The promise I have placed before you is firm, sealed by my hand, and nothing can snatch it away. But for it to endure and flourish, you must learn to wait for my timing and move according to my direction. I know your heart longs to see everything resolved immediately. I know you often look around and see others advancing, conquering, and you wonder why you haven't reached the same place. But I tell you, every life has its time. Every promise has its cycle. Every door has the precise moment to be crossed. Haste can take you to places you're not yet prepared for. Fear can make you abandon paths that were already prepared for you. That's why I say, guard your soul in me, for I am your security. Do not confuse movement with progress. Some run without direction and get lost, while others walk step by step with me and arrive exactly where they need to be. Do not be deceived by the speed of others. Your journey is unique. Your process is singular. What I prepare for you will not be delayed nor rushed. It will arrive at the precise moment when you are ready to carry the weight of victory. Remember how many times you tried to rush the timing and ended up frustrated. Remember when you chose based on anxiety and reaped pain that could have been avoided. None of this was meant to condemn you, but to teach you that true peace is found only when you choose to wait for my voice. Learn from the past and let experience inspire wisdom. I also speak to you about fear. I know it presents itself as a constant shadow, trying to make you believe you will lose what I have accomplished for you. But fear is not your friend. It lies, exaggerates, distorts, paralyzes. Do not accept its voices. My word is your guarantee. My perfect love casts out all fear. You were not called to live cornered. You were called to walk with confidence. I know you ask in silence, Lord, what if I'm not ready? What if I miss the opportunity? What if I can't handle what's coming? I answer you, it does not depend solely on you. I am the one who sustains, who guides, who strengthens. What I do with you is not too heavy, because I also give you the grace needed. What I place in your hands is not an impossible burden. It is a mission tailored to you. So do not rush ahead, nor hold back out of fear. Wait for the signal that only I can give. Peace. My peace is the referee that will show you when to enter and when to wait. My peace is the confirmation that does not confuse, does not pressure, does not cause anxiety. When you are about to take a step and feel uneasy, do not proceed. When you are about to take a step and feel peace, move forward, for I will be with you. Remember this, is to create gaps. Fear paralyzes, but faith in me builds secure paths. If you trust my pace, you will see that nothing is lacking. If you trust my voice, you will never be lost. What I give is lasting, not like sand carried away by the wind. It is solid rock, and the rock does not move with the waves. It stands firm, Child, take a deep breath and calm your soul. The promise will not slip away from you, because it comes from me. You are not in competition with anyone. You are neither behind nor ahead. You are exactly on the path I have drawn for you. And on my path, there is no failure, only learning, maturity, and victory in due time. Therefore, guard your heart from haste and your thoughts from fear. Look to me and follow my lead. Do not run when I say wait. Do not wait when I say walk. Learn to discern my direction, for there is no confusion in it. What I do with you is perfect. And when the time comes for it to be fully revealed, all will see that it was I who opened the door and held you inside. Beloved child, I am the God who restores. I do not merely return what was taken from you. I return it multiplied, with honor and abundance. I know the losses that have marked your soul. I know the days you were humiliated before others. I know the opportunities that seemed snatched from your hands. Today I declare, none of this will be the end of your story. I am writing a new chapter where shame will be exchanged for double honor, where tears will become songs of victory. I saw you striving and going unnoticed. I saw you give love and receive indifference. I saw you work hard while the fruit seemed to slip away. But now I say, every act of faithfulness, every sacrifice made in my name, every tear offered in secret was gathered before my throne. And at the appointed time, which is now, I return it to you in abundance. What seemed lost returns with greater strength. What seemed forgotten returns as a public testimony of my glory. It is written, instead of shame, I will give double honor. And this word is fulfilled in you. The one who was once overlooked will be lifted up. The one who was once called a failure will be remembered as a victor. The one who once walked silently in pain will now have a voice of celebration. I will not allow your faithfulness to be buried in forgetfulness, for I am just, and I reward those who remain in me. I return to you joy, the joy that seemed lost along the way. I return to you peace, the peace that seemed extinguished by the pressure of circumstances. I return to you hope, the hope the enemy tried to suffocate with lies. And I also return tangible things, broken health, fractured relationships, eroded finances. My restoration is not partial. It is complete. I do not return halfway, because what comes from my hands comes whole. Remember what is written. Those who sow with tears will reap with joy. You sowed even when the ground seemed dry, even when there was no applause, even when there was no visible fruit. Now you will see that your harvest is abundant. For I am the Lord of the harvest. I transform hidden seeds into vast fields of fruit. And not only do I return what you lost, I give you what you didn't even ask for. I return time, opportunities, connections, and dignity. All of this so you may know that I did not forget you, that you were never alone, that I cared for every detail. The restoration I bring is a testimony for you, and for all who doubted you. They will see that I, the Lord, have risen on your behalf. Do not worry about proving anything to anyone. Do not exhaust yourself trying to justify your journey. I myself will be your answer.